Right. Dingy pit and the shouts of the crowd fill the dingy pit and echo out of it. The fighters emerge and quickly run to meet. Okay. Okay, yeah, no, it was wise not to go all in on this. Vagrant Underground Half-Giant gets a fairly light hit on the Goblin Berserker. Goblin Berserker blocks and deflects a hit from the Underground Giant. The Underground Giant strikes the Goblin Berserker as hard as possible. Okay, and Goblin Berserker get caught in a parry. The Underground Half-Giant breaks the parry instantly and gets a sharp blow. Okay, maybe. Half-Giant and the Goblin Berserker get caught in a parry that quickly breaks. The Half-Giant strikes the Goblin Berserker twice. Okay, tries to attack, but slips and misses. Wow, okay, this Goblin Berserker is doing absolutely awfully against the Vagrant Underground Half-Giant. Alright, oh, never mind. It did okay. Crowd cheer for the Vagrant Underground Half-Giant. Goblin Berserker gets a like, oh, is this the comeback story of the century? No, it's not. Okay, we win our bet. I'm just going to go and back and check the Giants because I completely don't remember. Troop tree. No, their weakest is as strong as a soldier for us. Noted. And then if we look at the goblins, did we ever look at this? Oh, we didn't. No. Right, so the Berserkers are 75 battle score, the Warlords are 125, so a Warlord would be equivalent to a basic Underground Half-Giant. The Tribals are well low, but we would be able to hire Berserkers, so somewhere between our peasants and a soldier from the Slaver. Cave Trolls, 300 battle score, and Ogres are 350. Okay, noted. Right, back to the pits. Yeah, not as healthy, but far, far stronger. Okay, good time of day, Aavak. How's the day treating you? It's treating me well so far. All right, let's get into another fight. 31 gold. It costs us so much to get these fights, so I need something that's going to be good. The Ash Fawn are weaker than us, whereas the Terrestrial Orklings are better. But it's a dastardly Ash Fawn at arms. I'm going to bet on the Terrestrial Orkling. And we're going to bet another... I'm going to bet 100 on this. If that, by the way, if that flickering, there's nothing I can do about that. That's just the way the game, this feels very much like someone who doesn't really have like a bespoke game engine, has just made something that runs in like command prompt. And I'm loving what they've managed to do with it. But it does have some issues like that. If that gets distracting, just let me know and I can turn off the ASCII animation. Oh. Okay, never mind. Clearly I forgot about the orcs were equivalent to us, I guess. Alright. Gets a huge and fast hit on the dastardly Ash Fawn. Terrestrial Orkling Warrior swings light, but gets a great hit on dastardly Ash Fawn at arms. Okay. Wow, okay, no, never mind. Maybe they're very low health, but much stronger. I don't know. Our money is hanging in the balance right now. Okay, back and forth. No, we lost our money. Wap, wap, wap. Okay. The first couple of fights that we play are going to be like this. Yeah, an arrow was shot from the crowd. Let that sink in. Sometimes it doesn't matter how strong the opponents are. It's the crowd that matters. All right. Did I only pay 15 there? Okay, here we go. A Servant Divine Shadow Great Esfanti. Now, they're against a named warrior, Vasti Oafish. They can be all over the place. Okay. How much gold would you like to bet? All of it. We're going all in. We were wise to go all in. The Servant Divine Shadow Great Esfanti gets a light but sharp hit on Vast the Oafish. Then gets hit by a fireball blasted by a warlock in the crowd. God damn crowd! 60 health! flicks off Vast the Oafish's attempt to hit him and returns it with a swift blow. And then kicks Vast the Oafish over. Points his blade towards Vast the Oafish and grins. Then grins at Vast the Oafish a second time. Then swings down hard. A hard head strike on Vast the Oafish. Then gets a loud strike on Vast the Oafish. And literally the crowd is like, overkill. Well done. There we go. We win 568 gold from our bet. 7 more bets to go. See what we can do. Gladiator versus a dastardly Ashfawn. Not clear. Really not clear. I could just sit this one out. I've already spent 31 on it. But I'm going to sit this one out. And this way I can learn how a Gladiator stacks. It cost me 31, but knowledge is power. It would have been better to go for the Gladiator. They are not balanced, even in the slightest bit for a Dato. That being said, they're capable. Yeah, but no. Yeah, no, that was one-sided. Alright. I'm going to go and remind myself what the Ashfawns are like. Was it you? No, that was very much not you. Yeah. Troop tree. Yeah, no, they are just... No, they're effectively normal. Think of them as our strength. They're a little bit weaker, but not by much. Right, another bet. Terrestrial Orkling Champion. Ooh, champion. I'm going to bet on Sir Brian the Terrorized. Might be a rough one, but let's put some money on it. 106. Okay, it's much equal, more equal this time. I'll send you to the graveyard, you fool! Oh, wow. Sir Brian the Terrorized cracks Terrestrial Orkling Champion on the head with force. It's a critical hit for 140 HP. That was pretty solid. Crowd begin chanting, "Kill Sir Brian the Terrorized!" What? Shut up. Well done, Sir Brian. Apparently his being in terror makes him fight better. Yeah, his jackal backed into a corner. Fear is a powerful motivator, indeed. All right, another bet. Sir Brian the Terrorized versus a Goblin Warlord. I'm going to say Sir Brian again. I'm still not super confident though, so see how this goes. Not liking that. But it was already minus 40 for the Goblin Warlord. Minus 79. I mean, Sir Brian doesn't have a lot of health, but is desperately capable. Well done. Why does the crowd hate Sir Brian so much? Oh. Are you fighting or flirting? I mean... Whatever the Goblin thought this was, Sir Brian thought it was a fight. Okay. Next up. Oh, you have to pay the 31 gold fee for the fight, but you are informed someone has already paid it for you. Oh, thank you very much. Sir Beric the Infirm is fighting against a Divine Shadow Esfanti Calfling. The Calflings are stronger than our soldiers. This is a bit of a rough one. I'm only going to go 261 on this because it is the Calfling. It's the weakest of them. What do you think, chat? I can either bet wisely or bet everything. How bad can the Infirm be? Well, how bad could the Terrorized be? Oh, all in. Okay. Rizel, I'm glad that you were a voice of reason, but you were a little bit too slow. Jack Killer 2266 is betting all of our gold for us. Let's hope it goes well. Okay, health-wise, it looks good. So Beric the Infirm manages to parry for a moment. Then the divine shadow Esfanti Carfling stabs deeply into Sir Beric the Infirm's body. The divine shadow Esfanti Carfling misses with a swing and slips. Several coins are thrown to the ground with the crowd. The divine shadow Esfanti Carfling gets a great hit on Sir Beric the Infirm, and they are dead. We made 840. We now have more money than we started the year with. All right. 3 fights scheduled. Let's bet. A Savage Goblin versus a Goblin Berserker. Ooh, I'm going to say the Goblin Berserker. But I'm not super confident, so I'm going to only pay 110. Ooh, not looking good for us. Gear up, you can do it. That's right. When Berserker takes a bow for the crowd. No, don't get distracted, you fool. Savage Goblin, Savage Goblin, Savage. No, oh my lord. Oh, no, keep it up. It's distracting the Savage Goblin more. The Goblin Berserker seems to have somehow a better head for this thing, considering they're a Berserker. Oh my god, okay, fair enough. No, god damn it. Savage Goblin kicked the Goblin Berserker's back. You scallywag. You are a fool, a foul cretin. Wow, this Berserker is really eloquent considering. Kicks the Savage Goblin back a little bit. The Goblin Berserker gets a very good hit on the Savage Goblin, and then gets a pair of well-placed strikes. Nice, we won our money. Right, 2 more fights left. Okay. You go to pay the 31 gold fee to watch a fight, but you're enforced. Someone has already paid. Wow, this is very nice. Someone is paying very nicely for us. Ooh. Eldron the Warg Slayer versus a Gladiator. I'm going to bet on Eldron, but I'm not going to bet a lot. I'm going to bet 134 on this. I mean, they slayed a Warg. They've slayed so many Wargs, they've got a name for it. Versus a Gladiator, though. I mean, Gladiators are literally trained in this pit. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it might not have been a good call. Maybe Wargs in this world are not as strong as in RimWorld. Yeah, looks like Wargs are not actually that strong. Rip. Okay, last bet. Kurt Goblin, the Krut Goblin Berserker versus a Bandit Warlord. Who's an aspirational title. He can only kill Wargs. Oh, I see. Is Aavak's audio stuttering with the game for some reason? Oh, is it? I'm not having any audio issues. I can't say I'm having audio issues. Okay. Not on Ryzel's end. With the animation it does, for me at least. Okay, who are we betting on, chat? First person to type out the full name correctly makes the decision. Okay, Bandit Warlord it is. I'm going to put down... Nice. Okay, let's see how this goes. Doesn't look like we bet correctly, but we've seen fights with much higher HP. Oh, Bandit Warlord dodges a fireball cast by a Warlock in the crowd. God damn it. Goblin Berserker throws his blade high in the air and then catches it for the crowd. And while he's doing that, being very flamboyant, the Bandit Warlord gets a very sharp and well-placed strike. Oh, damn it, they retaliated. Blocks and hits the Bandit Warlord. Ha! Take that, you showboater! Bandit Warlord swings swiftly and gets an incredible strike on the Kurt Goblin Berserker. It doesn't pay to be that flamboyant in a gladiatorial match to the death. Well done. Okay, well that was the last of the fights. Now, the bigger the arena gets, the more things that can happen in it. You can have slave battles if there are slave arenas, beast battles. You can have a grand champion. Now, like all these warlocks in the crowd, you need to start recruiting the military for the military magic corps. I know, right? All right. Well, that gave us a chunk of change. Noted. But more than anything else, it gave us knowledge. We now understand. We have a better idea of some of the stuff going on. of the relative strength of the different races. And that is going to make us money later. It will. Now, there's two things we want to do. Explore the realm and manage the staff and champions. So we're going to go and check this out. Currently, we've got the head diplomat, Old Kroll. Let's check out Old Kroll. I can train him. I can auto-train him. You're not very good. You're really not. View faction relations. Okay. I don't actually need to. What do you do? I communicate with other groups and factions in the world and help you get your way with them. I can also show you what they think of you and everyone else, and can give you some diplomatic advice here and in the court meetings. My skill is currently only 50, but when I reach 75, I shall be much more effective with diplomatic action with independent nations. I must learn the nuances of how not to irk these strange and foreign folk. 75 skill increases the chance of diplomacy success from moderate to high. Okay, that's quite cool. Do you have any advice for me? Bandits are the scourge, but having them on side can turn tides. Noted. Right, High General. That's a lot. Hide dead factions, hide minor bandit groups, hide independent kingdoms. View current troop counts. Okay, what's our current troop count? The general brings you a list of the number of different units in your army, separated by type. Oh, that's nice. It gives us a combat score. So our slaves, of which we've got 1,799, are non-combat units. They will not contribute anything to defense of the kingdom, but that also means they can't easily be killed. Generally speaking, unless like someone's being razed to the ground, non-combatants don't get harmed by the armies, marching through. So that means like we've got a potential for earning from the fields and stuff that's quite stable. Some jobs they won't be able to do. I think they can work our fields though, but I don't believe they can we can't have them doing anything outside. Like if we were to own a mine, you have to have peasants work in that mine. It can't be slaves. All right. Our slave soldiers, unfortunately, are not great. They're between the peasants and the soldiers. But our total overall battle score is actually not bad. 101,000. Considering it's actually kind of good. Militiamen, there are 96 of them. Currently with a battle score of 55. So they're only very slightly better than our peasants. Okay, 96 of them. Okay. Faction rankings. Richest faction is the Goliath Empire. The most overall troops is the Ku Line. And the most territory are the Goliath Empire. We don't appear to be on any of the... Oh, that's unfortunate. Very well. Change troop wages. I could do. Display race instead of kingdom name. That's interesting. Kingdom name instead of race name. Right, let me have a look at the faction overall rankings then. No, that still shows the same thing. Let me have a just quick look at how that's changed things. No, it still shows the same thing. Okay, well, that's fine. But let's go back to managing the staff and champion. I just wanted to see that. I think I think seeing the race names is going to be more useful to me than seeing the kingdom names. For the most part, I don't know. Maybe. Let's pop it back. What do you think, Jack? Race or kingdom names? Or show both kingdom name and... Oh, no, let's go for that. But show both. There we go. Hooray! Kingdom name instead. Both kingdom name and race name. Already... Yeah, no, that works. That super works. Stop asking if I wanted to use Bluteri, but what? Do you have any advice for me? Replace Kingdom's Guard's helmet. I can change it. I can change the Kingdom's Guard helmets. Oh, that's amazing. Sure, let's do that. Cost me 150 gold. No, let's not. Maybe later to flex, but not right now. You're brought to a chamber with a small mannequin inside. On its head rests the currently used helmet of the kingdom. Your general asks you, would you like to do... I love the fact that this is even there. As much as I don't want to do it. Do you have any advice for me? If you aren't interested in hiring them, you should absolutely arm the militia to the teeth and order them to get as involved in military affairs as you can. A beefy additional army behind us is always welcome. Very well. Very well. General skill is 100. Discuss watching or skipping our own fights. When you send your armies out to fight, you may not wish to see the battle itself and take place. Choose here if you would like the option to skip the fight and just see the report at the end. No, I always want to see my battles. I'll turn that on. Fire the general, rename the general. Does it not give us any further information about the general? Like what having their abilities would give us. Go ahead and hide dead factions. It doesn't. Okay. Noted. But there are a couple of people here. I'd need to upgrade my throne room to hire a steward. We can't even have a steward right now, which is kind of embarrassing. And we don't have any champions. Champions are like, well, there's knights, which much like the knights in Crusader Kings are like beefy tanks, but they don't really, they're just stronger. They're just part of a calculation. But champions act like knights do in Crusader Kings in that they can have champion events and they can just go berserk and chop people's heads off and stuff. You can also get shot to death and stuff, and likewise so. But I would like a spy master. 3 potential spy masters are sent to your court. You may speak to each of them to learn their skills and talents. Finsald the Wild Boar, or Finsald the Wild Boar. Let's have a look at you. That is an epic hat, my dude. Greetings, my name is Finsald the Wild Boar. I once discovered that the king's son had been replaced by an evil wizard. It made for quite awkward feasts. There is no doubt I should work for you. I expect a pay of 140 gold per year. Very well. Let's have a look at the others. Your skill level is 131. That's actually quite good. Wilaf the Steel Leg. Okay. Hello, my name is Wilaf the Steel Leg. I am a master in the realm of spying. I wouldn't mind serving you and demand a pay of 194 gold per year. Okay, okay. And Sir Lethwin the Worthless Minstrel. That's the name of a master spy if I've ever heard one. Greetings. I am the one named Sir Lethwin, the Worthless Minstrel. I am highly regarded by kings and queens of the realm for my work. It would be a supreme honor to serve by your side. I require a pay of 155 per year. I feel that a spy master called the that's just a good spy master. No one suspects the Worthless Minstrel, which is exactly why there's such a good spy master. Yeah, we're going with Sir Lethwin, the Worthless Minstrel, as our spy master. There we go. I will hire you. Now I'd like to talk to you. Okay, Spy Master skill, 146. Spy Master wages, 155. Sir Lethwin, the Worthless Minstrel. Train the Spy Master, auto-train. I don't want spy reports at the end of the year. I want more detailed spy reports. Tell me what else you can do. You ask your Master Spies what else he is capable of, and he replies, well, I'm getting better. When the moment my skill reaches 150, I shall be able to find out what troops the enemy bring to a battle, which mixed with my battle score reports should give you the advantage. I see. You're very close to that. I like it. I like it. I like it. I want to be informed of what adventuring parties are up to each turn. Yeah, I'm nosy. Super nosy. And in a game like this, information is very powerful. Do you have any advice for me? Should the rebellion be crushed, its many supporters will eventually flock back to us. I see. Stop alerting me of battles between other factions. Fire the Spy Master. Rename. I can rename. Why would I? I could okay, so chat, I could rename some of them. I'm not sure I'd want to get rid of the Worthless Minstrel part though, but I could change their name. I want more detailed spy reports. Okay. Very well. I think we are going to rename. So, you declare that your spy master, Sir Lethwin the Worthless Minstrel, will be renamed. What will you call them? Please enter in no periods, full stops, dots, please. There we go. Sir Melissa Riddle, the Worthless Minstrel. I like that. Honk. I like it a lot. On that note, can I can rename the general too. But what does your skill give me? Do you have any advice for me? It doesn't seem that it changes anything. But either way, please enter the new name. So, Paikinen. Paikinen. There you go. That's going to be fun to say. And our head diplomat. Do we want to keep Old Kroll? Or do we want to get rid of Old Kroll and hire someone else? They've only got 50 skill. Chat, what do you think? He's quite cheap though, that's true actually. I wonder if... Oh, that's a good point, actually. I guess if you train them up, maybe their wage doesn't increase. Yeah, we'll rename. So, Old Hungarian Lewis. There you go. Slowly, we are filling out our cabinet. I might auto-train you, though. Yeah, I'm going to auto-train you. We want you to be better. Do I want to do that for our spy man? So expensive, though. But they're so close to the next tier. I'm going to say that's an investment. I've no idea what benefit this would give me. Does anyone know? Even if there is one. Right, so that's all done. There are loads of upgrades, but we can afford none of them. Now, finally, we're going to explore the realm. All right, so we've got a bunch of lands, and each land has something different. There are some, I believe, like each direction, like it'll tell you of the side how many locations there are in each direction, like how many separate places there are in that direction. So, for example, to the north, there are 30, of which we know of one because we own the slave port. And I believe each direction has a guaranteed few, like, points of interest. From what I recall in the tutorial, the west is the kind of like the civilized lands, the farmlands, the big civilized cities, the magic, that sort of thing. The south, like to the west, is more towards forests and glens and swamps. To the south is like the volcanoes and demons, and eventually the sand and the coast. To the north is cold. That's where the slave holds are and the black market and so on and so forth. To the east, I actually don't know what's to the east. I don't remember. Thing Jack. So what's this game about? It is an incredibly deep in the way that ASCII games are the only ones that can really pull this off. Empire simulator with an enormous amount of procedural generation. It is tongue-in-cheek at times, extremely dark at times. It is this just amalgamation of things. It almost beggars description. To the east, always to the east. Very well. But first we're going to go north, because we know of the Slavers' Fort in Silvanis. Let's go there. The near north is a cold place, though mild compared to the rest of the north. The place is filled with forts and places of violence, such as the Brawler's Pit and the Thick Blood Tavern. You arrive at the Slaver Fort. There are many men here, slaves and slavery alike. There are many who seek to purchase slaves from you, and a great many slavers waiting for work. There are 20 slavers garrisoned here. We own this place. This is one of the starts because of the start we had. Disband the slaver fort. Upgrade the slaver fort for 10,000 gold. Make slave revolts less likely. View the punishment wall. Oh, God. The punishment wall is where disobedient slaves are taken and chained. Here, they are left to rot until nothing but bones remains as a warning to the other slaves. Wow, that is so unsanitary. I can hire slavers. I can sell or take slaves. I have 1,500 slaves here. I can enter the slavers' fort Great Hall. You enter the Great Hall of the Slavers' Fort. The room is full of slaves, hard at work cleaning and maintaining the hall, which itself is a marvel to behold. In the center of the room, the black marble throne sits empty. Learn about the history of the Slavers' Fort. The Slavers' Fort was formed centuries ago by many rival slavers' dens that operated across the realm, but mainly the East. Oh, okay, apparently the East has got a lot of slavers. Following a war between many of the slaver groups, a pact was signed whereby a council of masters from each clan and den would sit, and thus the war ended. The council chose the north to settle in as it was the easier to defend and would attract less trouble than anywhere else. Over time, the council grew smaller until just one man held charge, the slave master. However, through cunning and strength, the Slavers' Fort is now in your hands. I see. Speak to a random slaver. I think slavery is needed. Fact is, some men are less than others. Oh, God. Oh. Why? Why did you make this happen? And in fairness, it wasn't even that one of the Dapplings chose to be slaver. They just said, let fate decide. Roll the random dice. And the random dice decided that we were the baddies. These are my people, apparently, yeah. Let's talk to another random slaver. Who am I to comment on the morality of the system in which I thrive? Apparently, the slavers that I've hired have got good thinking heads on them. I mean, they're using them for ill, but I can't deny that they seem introspective. I think slavery is needed, in fact. Is some men lesser than others. You should buy some slaves if you haven't already. Maybe. What a well-spoken slave, I know. Right, sell or take slaves. You look at the possible action regarding the slaves, whether you sell them or take them for yourself. I can take the slaves. I can take my slave soldiers. I can sell my slaves. I'm going to sell the slaves. You enter the number of slaves you wish to sell, 500. You can now recruit from the Slavers' Fort via the main recruitment menu. Okay. Apparently I could have done this the whole time. Wow. But I do want some people here. I'm going to auto sell slaves. Well, do I want to, or do I want to accrue them? No, I'll come here to sell them when I want to. I'm going to take my slaves, 500. I'll leave the soldiers though. Okay. There are 20 slavers garrisoned here. I could hire slavers. How many slavers would you like to buy? The cost is 100 gold each. I could easily afford 10. I could afford 20. Let's get an extra 10. There we go. Let's increase it to 30 slavers garrisoned there. Alright. We are what we are, chat. You did this. I mean, the Fates did it, but you helped them do it. Okay, which side do you want to go? You can choose. We can continue looking to the north. Someone slip Aavak some coffee. He's not getting into the dark avid role sufficiently to slake chat's thirst. Our tea break is coming up. When I take my first turn out of 250, chat, remember you did this. Then I'm going to go and get a drink. You can decide what that's going to be if you want. But it's going to cost a lot of backseat passes to give you that kind of power. Alright, to the east. Everyone wants to go to the east. Very well, we'll go to the east then. The Farad Desert is a very warm place. Suited knights avoid this place as best as possible. The desert is filled with magic and mystery and holds within it the great artifact. The artifact market of Farad. The Farad artifact. Let's go ahead and explore. We've got 3 chances. We found the Eastern Trade Post. Okay. See what that is. You come upon a small trading post settled on a dune. This is known locally as the Eastern Trading Post. You enter and are greeted warmly. Oops. You're going to hear that now because I have to use the system sounds for the game sound because blah. Attack the Eastern Trading Post. Speak with the trade postmaster. I need my own trade post to arrange a trade route. Damn it. Trade postmaster Malik comes to greet you. Who are you? Malik, head trader here. What do you do here? Make sure the men are happy. Make sure passing caravans are doing their job. What do you trade? Anything we can, really. Whatever is currently in demand. We send caravans out of Farad to buy goods and then bring them back into Farad to sell them. Sometimes the other way around. Tell me about the desert. Not a great place for trade, but we do have somewhat of a monopoly on caravanning through here, so I can't complain. Where are you from? From the village of Hrim, my lord. I am local to these parts, but that's why I've been able to carve out a living here. How much money is trade with you worth to me? The deal would stand to make you somewhere in the range of 100 or so gold per year, maybe a little more if you have the better roads or a bigger trade post to allow for better trade capacity. We don't claim to be able to make anyone rich, but every little helps, right, my lord? I mean, you make a valid point. All right. Windows greets you warmly, yeah, indeed. You are hit by a harsh desert wind. You have to cover your face for a moment as your body is brushed by tens of thousands of grains of sand. After a few seconds it stops and the Farad desert returns to its calm state. A few new dunes now line its visage. Okay, well that was the use of an explore. The Scorpion Fighting Pit. Sounds like a lovely place. Let's go and say hi. You pass by a small walled pit surrounded by drunk and angry Easterners. As you near the pit, you discover it is a Scorpion Fighting Pit with folk betting on the outcome of the fights. The pit has 300 gold to be won. Okay. Speak to a random spectator. I'm saving up some money to make a big bet, seeing other people do it and make themselves rich. You don't have the 22,000 gold needed to buy the pit. Should we do a gamba? Yeah, let's do a gamba. You pay the entry fee of 25 gold coins and stand to watch the fight. The gates slide open and two scorpions emerge, pincers snapping and stabbing. You watch as the first Eastern Scorpion and Black Farad Scorpion charge in and prepare to fight. Oh, plus 25 gold coins were added to the bet limit. That's kind of cool. I'm going to bet on the Black Farad. Would you say that's Farad or Fard? Or Farad? Might be a rolled R. Farad. We'll go with a Farad Scorpion. Black Farad Scorpion. How much would you like to bet? Well, I spent 25 to get this going. I don't know how much we'll make back, but let's bet 50. Place your bet of 50 on the Black Farad Scorpion and stand to win 100 gold in the fight. The fast Eastern Scorpion leaps forth and hits the Black Farad Scorpion for 7 damage. Damn it. Damn it. Balls! It was just too fast. The Black Farad Scorpion had more HP, but the fast Eastern Scorpion didn't matter. The Scorpions fight for a while, but ultimately fast Eastern Scorpion is the victor of the fight. You're informed that your chosen Scorpion has died and you've lost your bet. You're invited to try again next fight. I will. Once more. There we go. You pay the entry fee of 25 gold coins and stand to watch the fight. The gates slide open and a healthy southern scorpion emerges, its pincers snapping and stabbing. The other scorpion appears to be, in fact, a goblin holding 2 sharp scorpion pins. Which one do you think? I'm going to go for the questionable scorpion. I don't know how much he's going to go, but I'm going to put another 50 down. Oh, that was amazing. I love it. Okay, the healthy southern scorpion leaps forth. 1 damage, 3 damage, 1 damage, 13 damage, 8 damage, 12. Oh, but ultimately, the questionable scorpion is the victor of the fight. You are informed that your chosen scorpion has emerged victorious. Okay, that's enough gam. Oh my god, that was amazing. Wow. Wow, I say. Wow. All right, kingdom upgrades. We might actually be able to afford some because Yeah, we might need them. Anyway. So, and you need a terraformer's guild to reclaim barren land. We don't have that. Other buildings. There's libraries, artifact halls, statue of myself, chance to increase public order, throne room, extend the prison. I need to upgrade your throne room before installing a trapdoor. You can install a trapdoor in a prison. A little monster pit. Goblin Slaver's personal guard. I can make the Goblin Slaver more likely to survive. Throne room signs to get 5% more visitors. A wooden climbing pick, so my knights are more likely to succeed at climbing. Reclaim forgotten trails to the lands beyond. For okay, so you may have noticed that they were like infinite lands. The lands beyond are those. Like they, whilst all of the north, south, east, and west have like a set amount of places you can visit. And they're drawn from a pool. Like I said, there are some guaranteed points of interest, but let's say one of them had, let's say 40 places that you could visit. Like maybe 5 or 6 or 7 of them would be guaranteed for that direction. Like there'll always be a certain city in a certain direction. The Slaver's place is always to the north, for example. The others are drawn from a random pool that can exist in that direction. Let's say, these are just completely fictitious numbers. I don't actually know how many they are, and I just believe that this is the way it works from what I saw. That to the east, let's say there's 40 locations. It might be drawing the potential locations out of 60. So there's no guarantee that some of them will be there. There's a couple that will absolutely always be there. But the others, it's just up to luck. You need at least a ground throne to build a booze tap? That sounds amazing. Income buildings. Little tax office, a trade post, 5k. That's what we need to get. Prison labor yard, a tribute collection box. Terraton bank crafter. Okay. Recruitment buildings, nobility posts, 1 in 20 chance of recruiting a knight each turn. A goblin hut, 1 in 3 chance of a goblin joining you. Free potato sign. 50% more goblins captured by slavers. Oh, no. Alright. Arena buildings. I can build a Grand Champion's quarters. There isn't a Grand Champion yet, and I don't think there will be until that arena upgrades, so hopefully that can happen. Productivity buildings, Shrine of Harvest, study scythes and pitchforks, better mining tools. I can buy better whips if I've got a prison labor. Dirt paths. Guilds and other buildings. Explorers Guild will give us more exploring chances per turn. A Hall of Order would allow us to found our own knightly order. Terraformers Guild would allow us to capture barren lands. An Emissary Hut will give us emissaries for contacting adventurers. And a Slavers Guild will gain a steady stream of slaves each turn. Well. Military buildings. Training grounds. Trains 1 to 50 peasants to soldiers each turn. The Armory. Just makes our unit stronger. Defensive palisades, mercenary training camps, small mercenary vessel, recruitment signs for more recruits each turn. Militia recruitment signs for more recruits each turn again. Militia council room. We can improve the weapons for our militia. The slave training pen, which will allow us to train slaves to slave soldiers. Guard genital protection plate. I thought I said guard general, but I had to reread it. Genital protection plates. Your guards can't be hitting the balls. I feel my guards would appreciate that. 11 as soon as possible. Yeah, no, I really do feel that this is a must-have, not a good to have. It is a must-have. Very important. I agree. I did martial arts. I know how important a box is. The amount of times that was the only thing standing between me and the immediate end of any possible legacy I might have genetically. Very high. Very high. There were more than a few times that my groinal crease informed me that by how deeply the edges of the box were digging into me, that if that hadn't been there, my balls wouldn't have been there moments later. So yeah, no, I agree. I will look into this as soon as I can, my guards. Don't you worry. High on the list. Very high on the list. Right, so there's a couple of other things that we can do yet. I'm only 2 gold away from it. Yeah, I know, but I would have to bet for that. And, actually, I could go to the bank and take it out, I suppose, but no, we'll work it up. Right, so I can visit the throne room. And there's something else I can do, and that is call a meeting of the Council of Silvanis. You call a meeting of the Council of Silvanis and take your seat as the head of the table. Your head diplomat, Old Hungarian Lewis, arrives and bows before taking a seat. Your spy master, Sir Melissa Riddle, the worthless minstrel, arrives and nods to you before sitting. Your High General, Pikener, enters the room and bows to you before taking a seat at the council table. This is the first meeting, and you and your council have held. Meetings are a tool for you to discuss various topics with your staff. There are 5 seats on the council that will be occupied if you have the corresponding staff. The seats are High General, Spy Master, Jester, Diplomat, and Steward. You always need a fool. I should hire a fool as quickly as I can. Each of these staff members will advise you as best they can on the issues discussed. If you wish to know more about a certain topic, you may ask the question again, as each staff member could have multiple different things to say about any given topic. Okay? Ask a question about finances and harvest, other groups and kingdoms, military matters, the wider realm, ask something else, or dismiss a member from the council. Let's see what else it is. I want more land. I want to be more liked. What do you know of the black market? Are there any points of interest in this realm? So I come back from dinner and just hear Aavak talking about his balls. Why am I not surprised? How dare you missed the rest of the conversation? It was very important. Are there any points of interest here? Too many places for me to pick from. There are many places of interest. We must seek them. Darkdale is a must-see. I once went to a party there in an arena. This is Old Hungarian news. In an area called the Folk District. By the Demon Gate, we drank a lot of ale. Okay, I'll bear that in mind. What do you know of the black market? Who runs the black market? The black market is run by its king, Jaxhard the Creator. He is known for his love of fine things. The black market often switches leaders. Their methods of seizing and holding power are primitive. Their current one is Jaxhard the Creator. Oh, Jaxhard the Creator. I've not got much to say other than the fact that he is a man who likes extravagance. We shouldn't have issue with him. Okay, I trust my spy master. Black market leaders never last long. Currently, they have Jaxhard the Creator. He is fairly unremarkable. He is a man who likes extravagance. We shouldn't have issues with him. Fair enough. Should I attack it? What is it? What can I do there? Is there anything else I should know? I kind of want to know all of these. Should I attack it? They outnumber us. It's up to you, but it could be risky. They have exactly 1,950 men garrisoned in the market. I'm not too sure on matters of military. Well, the more places under your control, the better. What do you think? Okay, maybe don't talk to our diplomat about matters of war. What here? Sorry, I missed the start of the screen. How long into the game is this, chat? 3 hours? Yeah, about 3 hours. The first hour is always more of a rambly high. I could ask about points of interest again. A bunch of tents full of evil, if you ask me. It's, in essence, a small independent city-state, though it survives well due to all of the things going on behind the scenes. It's a place of loose morals and violent lawlessness. Sounds like a party. What can I do there? I've heard that there's much to do, no doubt most of it evil. It's a source of wealth and fighting men if you go to the right places. Well, it's worth considering the market as a source of troops. If need be, also, if you hire them up, it means rivals can't. Oh, that's a good point, actually. I didn't think about that. What else? The slums are said to be a good place for troops. The talk of there being great evils in the market is no rumour at all. Be wary of everyone in the black market. The place is not to be trusted. Is it a hive of scum and villainy, perhaps? But yeah, let's check this one out. So, there's a fortress just a bit to the south, Fort Gorthmek, it's called. It's ruled over by a man named Gore the Bastard. Would be a great tool if we controlled the fort. Okay. I've learned of many places and many more hidden within these places. If you haven't made it out of the artifact market in the east, it's a sight to behold. A lot of power there. Maybe I'll ask this one more time, then we'll move on. Too many places for me to pick from. The mountains of Saroth to the north hold secrets. The village of Smallhaven is a nice place. For a small village, they aren't doing bad. They have a tavern and a trade post, amongst other things. Okay, another place we could trade with. I like it. I like it. I want more land. One word. Invade. Fair. I cannot think of what to advise you on this matter. This would be a question for your general. Mercantile rulers will consider selling their territory. If they have lots of lands, they may sell them cheaply. Noted. Look, I'm not going to be liked by people. Let's just be honest. I need to work on that before I even ask their opinion on how I can do it more efficiently. Like, we're so bad right now. No one likes this. Ask about the wider realm. Oh, this is kind of cool. What do you know of the North? The Combat Academy in the North is one of the best locations for training champions. Second to none, I'd say. Somewhere in the North, I have heard that is a guild of assassins. Logically, I think they would be in the black market, but the lair they had there is burnt to ruin. Many in the North are hostile, regardless of who you are. Not much in the way of diplomacy with them lot. Okay, what about the East? The artifact market is a place of great power. I'm weary of it myself. Tread with caution if you visit. If you wish to learn of the East, seek a man named WARSIM the All-Knowing. The old sandstone ruins of Farad are where he resides. Not much in the way of diplomacy for the artifact market. No one has ever seen its leader. Okay, what about the South? The South is a horrific place full of demons. My advice would be to burn it all. There is more to the south than meets the eye. Be wary, but you may find answers there. There are a few groups out there, but the place is mostly a hellish and hot landscape of ruin. If we had more people in the council, we'd be getting more information, by the way. Is it because of the slavery, Aavak? Yeah, no, that's why everyone hates us here. What about the West? Not much unity in the West, but many groups of moderate power and settlements that can defend themselves. The region of Songwood contains Darkdale, a big town with much to see, but believe it or not, there is much more beyond. A town of goblins and several smaller villages with much more to see. Darkdale and Goblinwood should be the main focus of your diplomacy. However, don't rule out Little Smallhaven. So places like Smallhaven, Darkdale, Goblinwood, these are, from what I understand, guaranteed points of interest, but there's lots of other ones all about. The South is a transformer? Yeah, sure. If our slaves hate us because of the slavery, they need another hour of whipping. Wow, Lockyer, Brightmane. See, this is why we can't have nice things, chat, because you won't let me not be evil. Right. Ask about military matters. I want a larger army. You could try assimilating any mercenary groups loyal to you into your own army. Oh, that's quite cool. Question for the general, no doubt. The Combat Academy in the North often sells troops. Try there. Okay. How do I make my army more effective? Truth be told, the most effective army is the bigger one, most time. You can be as well trained as anyone, but if a horde of peasants or goblins get you, that's it. That's... Wow, okay. Yeah, trust the general to hit you with the truth bomb there. Recruit more men and build any military upgrades you can. This would surely lead to a much more effective army. Military upgrades would be the best bet. Yeah, I'm not trusting my diplomat on that. Other groups and kingdoms. How can we protect ourselves from being robbed by bandit gangs? We should crush them. They are minor bandit gangs. If we don't crush them, someone else probably will. I say we invade and take their lands. You might consider making a truce with one of the groups and paying them off against the other, causing inter-gang warfare. You might consider forming a truce with them. They won't bother raiding you if you're truced. Okay? How do we combat the rebels? We outnumber them. Now's the time to invade and take back our lands. Crush them. Crush them all. It's the only option here. Okay, everyone's bloodthirsty against the rebels, I see. This is best for a general to answer, but my advice, hit them hard and give them little chance to recover. Good lord, they're bloodthirsty. No, Demi of Dirt, we've got a truce with the bandit horde, which is the biggest kind of merger of bandits. They're basically a small bandit kingdom. But we don't have a truce with all of the bandit gangs. I'll show you that in a second, though. What do you know about the rebels? What do I know about them? They're the enemy. They're trying to appear like a legitimate state, building relations with other groups in the world if they can. One I'd be wary of conducting diplomacy with. That's fair. How do we combat the demons? We cannot fail. We must gain troops from anywhere and everywhere and to crush them. I cannot think of what to advise you on this. In this matter, this would be a question for your general. You should be looking at getting military support from other nations. Consider vassalization. Okay. What do you know about the demons? They're monsters. They lie beyond a great canyon in the very harsh region of the south. They hate all, not just us. They will attack all kingdoms and civilizations that share our world. All right. Fair enough. Right, finally, finances and harvest. I want a bigger harvest. Well, your workforce on the fields can be peasant or slave. A slave works about as well as a peasant, give or take. Fair. Old Hungarian Lewis, not necessarily against the slavery, I see. Also, Devil owes me rent. Thank you very much for the 34 months, mate. I'm sorry I may have missed that shout out there. Ashamed to say it, but the first thing that comes to mind, slaves. Good Lord. The militia currently have peasants for hire. They would work your fields as good as anyone else. It's so hard to be good in this game. Where can I find more slaves to work the field? If slavery the only way, have too many slaves and they'll revolt. I've seen it happen many times. You're the one who said it. Well, you own the slavers' fort. Build bigger walls to prevent a slave revolt while you're at it. Very well. If you haven't already hired more slavers from your slavers' fort in the north, make it as efficient as possible. I love how they're giving me advice that's based on the situation as well. That's actually quite good. I wasn't expecting that. I want more trade. Independent kingdoms would be a good source of trade. Question for a diplomat, no doubt. Trade with the Wagon Man Trading Company. Okay. Are there any ways to reduce expenditure? Get rid of troops from the army if they have pay. Works about as well as a peasant, give or take. Well, your knights cost you 9 gold per year in wages, so you could always cut some knights from your army. I'm against any military cuts, though. I wouldn't know. What are the wages that I'm paying right now? Okay, you look at the current troop wages. You can increase or decrease them. You can set soldier wages between 1 and 5 gold per year. Per unit, and for knights between 3 and 15 gold per year per unit. Higher wages increase your men's loyalty and can draw in more to 5 year. Right, we're paying the minimum right now. All right. Time for us to make some choices. I'm gonna hire some units. Let's have a look. Other hireables. I can build foreign mercenary hall to hire foreign mercenary. You have no slaves to take from the slaves' fort, but I could take slave soldiers. I don't think I will. I want the slaves' fort to have some soldiers there. Hire goblin berserkers from the local goblin slaver. 7 gold each. Hire bandits from a prison. 10 gold each. There's 18 of them. I doubt we can afford knights. 380 gold each. I've got there's 3 available. Soldiers. 77. They're not. Wow, okay. Yeah. Or peasants. From the local militia, they're free. I think I want the militia to continue building that up. So I'm going to look at the bandits. Prison master is brought before you. He offers to trade your imprisoned bandits who are ready to fight and pillage for a price of 10 gold per head. He has a total of 18 prisoners available. You could afford 18 of them. Yeah, take all 18. Other than that, let's get some soldiers. I've only got 38 soldiers presently. Let's grab all 10. Right. And with that, I'm going to go and put the rest into the bank. Deposit all. Oh, our interest rate is now 0 per year because of the bank tax and kingdom size. That's a bit of a shame. But we will be looking at 2 gold coins. All right. Time for us to finally end the current year. Our first turn, chat. It's taken us this long. All the way to a tea break for the first turn. End current year. As you prepare to move on, your head diplomat approaches you. My king, are you sure you wish to move on right now? If you do, we shall move on to this year's combat assignments. Yes, I do want to move on. Oh, one other thing I could have done is I could have done a bit of emissarying and diplomacy, but early on I don't think we want to. Attack the slave rebels. There are slave rebels? Maybe there are. You can attack the rebels or attack the slave rebels. Okay, well, we don't have to worry about the bandit horde, but we are at war with all of the bandit gangs. I meant to show you that. We're also at war with the Goblin Kingdom of Kroot. We're at war with the underground half-giants of the Sacred Cult. With the dastardly Ashfawn of the Goliath Empire. And that's all. So, we've got slave rebels. I think we need to take care of them before we deal with the rebels. What say you, chat? Looks like we got more votes for 16 than 1, so let's go for that. Good. What will the attacking force be made up of? I can send all of my troops, send everyone but my peasants, send half of my troops, or send half of my troops but my peasants. I want to keep some troops in reserve, so I'm going to send half of my troops but no peasants, as I want them. Well, actually, no, I can afford to send the peasants, because the slaves won't come for a fight. They're only going to work the field, so I'm going to send half my troops. I have done some spying and arranged some battle reports for you, my lord. Oh, our battle score is hopelessly low. What do you think about this? We are extremely outmatched. Without a mountain of luck, I fear you're almost certainly sending your men to their deaths here. Ah, okay, I'm pulling them back. Yeah, oh, fair enough. 95,000? You call back the troops as your command. My lord, we're under attack from rebels. What, do you want to watch the battle? Yes, I do. You have 148 men total and 3 lands. Your men are spread equally, so 72 defenders guard this one. The militia have sent 5 troops to assist the defense. A windy night sky sweeps the battlefield before the 2 armies clash. Low likelihood of weather effects during this battle and 50% invasion defense battle strength bonus for us. Nice. Mr. Strong wins, a lone unit charges forward, and soon the entire formation of the rebels follows behind. They've got 292 people, which is unfortunate. Both sides push forward, but find themselves momentarily evenly matched. The fighting continues. We lost 10 peasants in that. The rebels managed to form an effective pincer and overrun the opponent's flanks. That massively reduced our army. The rebels launched a sudden, hard and fast attack on your line, shocking your forces and pushing them back. Yep, well, that's all of our troops gone. The invading force of rebels has taken one of our... Oh, they invaded us as well. So now we're down to 2 lands. This is the tricky thing with being on hard. With the battle over, you're brought a battle report showing your troops. View the battle report. The rebels lost a total of 26 troops and we lost a total of 77. We can pay an egghead for the report, but we can't afford it. You hear word that the owner of the local fight pit, Gren the Meadblood, has upgraded it to a little... Oh, thank goodness they upgraded it to a little arena. That's amazing. Okay, we now can get some proper money. The little arena is sure to become a more popular place for entertainment within the realm. The little arena now has its own grand champion. There will now be 10 fights per year. Word reaches you that your slave soldiers rise up against you and declare slave revolt. Yeah, we kind of already knew that. Using the image of a pyramid in the night with an eye on it as their banner. Yeah, that's unfortunate. You receive a report of the goings-on in the last year. You can read through it in detail. Yeah, let's read through the advanced report. So, go right to the top. You receive 196 gold from your bank tax law, 381 gold from the gambling tax law, 1,003 gold from the general taxes, 150 gold in tributes from Gab the Goblin Slaver. Your peasants earn you 80 gold this year. You've earned 1 gold in the interest from the 2,785 stored gold. Bandits pillaged 14 gold from the rebels this year. 4 from Kroot this year, 3 from Iraq, and 14 from the Sacred Cult. Maybe don't. You enlist 7 peasants from your 2 lands, and your knights train 10 peasants as soldiers. 11 of your soldiers desert you and join the rebellion's much larger army. 1 of your knights leaves to become a knight errant. Pay 50 in wages to Old Hungarian Lewis, 150 to Sir Melissa Riddle, 70 to blah, 31 in wages to your soldiers, and 60 in wages to your knights. Clandestine Orange Cloaks pillaged 277 gold from us, and Tricky Cavalry pillaged 996. You pay 20 gold for the bandit's capture in your bandit scourge, 75 to train your diplomat, and 127 to train your spy master. Diplomat training increased Old Hungarian Lewis by skill by 3, and unfortunately, spy master only gained 1 skill point. The owner of the local fight pit has upgraded it to a large arena. Under the bandit scourge, 4 bandits have been captured. The slave soldiers rise up against you and declare a slave revolt. The slave rebels gain 3 supporters and troops in your lands. The militia recruited 10 new peasants. There's a load of things going on. The Green Bannered Wolverines have recruited 3 new mercs. Age-old Company have recruited 15, 79. The Steel Spawn have recruited 4. Permanent Nocturnal Company mercenary group has disbanded. Pygmy Cloud demigod heroes live with a tribe of swamp goblins for a while. Okay. Nelpus Clique defeat a party of Feanor's bandits and loot a broken iron blade handle with 1 gold. Lots of things go on. We won't read through all of them. The bandit horde hire a small war band of 25 new bandits from the wild northern mercenary outpost. The general bandit level has risen, but the new bandits are taking up arms. Spy reports. The rebel enlists 16 soldiers from the 6 lands, which makes their total troops 1,114. The bandits enlist 106. The Kingdom of Kroot enlists 112 tribals, 29 berserkers, and 22 warlords. Kingdom of Aavak enlists 24 tribals. The rebels invade your lands, and we lost 77 troops. The treasury has increased by 94 gold, and your bank has increased by 1 gold of interest. If I'd left my army in reserve, they would have been able to deal with the attack. But I didn't know. Because we didn't have reports on the slave rebellion, I had no idea how big they were. As the past year fades, the year 168 dawns, and with it comes kind skies and rich soil across the realm. Farming income will be tripled this year. Well, that's very nice. There we are. We've got 94 gold. Because we made a lot, and then so much was lost. How are you even supposed to prevent a slave revolt? Well, it's kind of a mixture of things, Fiery. We're on a hard start, which meant that we didn't have many soldiers and our kingdom was small. That, combined with the fact that we were also a slaver start, meant we had loads of slave soldiers, which, you know, obviously kind of hit us pretty hard. If we go into kingdom reports and just have a look at our troop count now, all of our slaves are gone. All of the slaves, all of the slave soldiers. Which is why our battle score was so low. It's because the slaves had revolted basically immediately as soon as the turn ended. So when we sent our army out to meet, to try and go against them, that was the whole slave army we had of like 1,200 or so. I need many, many more soldiers. It's true. Now this isn't a lost cause, especially with 249 turns left. We can play the long game and slowly build up. But now that we've gone through all of the kind of setup and explained what things are, the turns will get a bit faster now. There are only 3 visitors waiting, and the little arena only has 5 fights left. Oh my lord. Our chances of making up some money is pretty slim. All right. I need a tea break though to top up my tank, and I recommend you do the same. So, current situation, very bad. Almost no money, but there are things that we can do. First and foremost, I'm going to visit the Royal Bank. Secondly, I'm going to withdraw pretty much everything. We need the cash. There we go. Next, going to go to the throne room. Going to see what the visitors want. Send in the first visitor. You're visited by a farmer who wishes to complain. My king, when I heard talk of bandits at your side, I dismissed it as rebel slander, but I am mortified to find it true. I urge you, cast away these wrongdoers and be the just and fair leader I know you to be. To the dungeon! Is it a text-based game? Yeah, it is. It is all experienced through text. The farmer looks as though he is about to cry, but then stops and composes himself to be taken by your guards. Next visitor. Ah, good hat. You're visited by a traveling bard. He asked to play a song for you on his elven lute for a price of 11 gold. I'm not the worst musician. I shall play you a short song. Ask for his origins. My father is a craftsman. He learned how to make this from an old elven friend of his and gave it to me on my birthday. Ask your name. Bard reveals his name to be Timon. Okay. Very well. I've gained some reputation with the Musicians Guild and lost 11 coins. This better be an amazing song. Okay, yeah, no, that was fair enough. That was a great performance. That was interesting. It was a great performance. I liked it. +1 relation to the Musicians Guild. You may now leave, however. The bard had no shirt. Yeah, pretty much. Sending the next visitor, it's the last one. You're visited by a traveling bard. He asked, damn it, another one. He wants to play a song for you on his elven lute. Okay, I'm a decent musician. I should play you this little... Very well. I want to learn a bit about you first. Ever since I saw a traveling bard when I was young, I decided I would become a great musician. What is your name? Bard reveals his name to be Guthrud. Okay, Guthrud, let's listen. We'll see how good this is. Why are all the bards topless? I'm gonna say it was better though. I'll pay you some gold. Here's a bonus for you. Bard looks at you blankly. Wow, okay. Guthrud the traveling bard asked to play a song for you, blah, blah, blah. No, I could make him a member of my staff, but I'm not sure I want to. You can leave the court. Can't have any more staff right now. Okay, so we're gonna go to the little arena. We're going to see how things go. It has grown up. You enter the little arena. It's a sizable venue where warriors come to battle and locals pay to watch and bet. The arena is owned by a local businessman, blah, 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 blah. Let's check out the Grand Champion. What's the Grand Champion challenge? There's currently no champion of the arena. As is customary, 2 budding warriors will compete for the title. Let's see who does what. Releth of the Hero of Lightning versus Renham the Wave Watcher. The gates slide open and the 2 fighters both quickly dash out towards the other, ready to spill some blood. The crowd are ecstatic and the cheers and roars of the crowd echo for miles around. Releth the Hero of Lightning gets very sharp strike on Renham the Wave Watcher. Oh, Renham, I think you're done for here, mate. Quickly swings and gets a decent hit on Renham the Wave Watcher. Okay, swings but misses. Gets caught in a parry. Releth, the Hero of Lightning, and Renham, the Wave Watcher, get caught in a parry, but Releth, the Hero of Lightning, manages to just slightly break the parry and get a good little hit in. Releth, the Hero of Lightning, Releth, the Hero of Lightning, gets a huge strike on Renham, the Wave Watcher, and kills him. Renham the Wave Watcher is vanquished by a better fighter. The people rejoice as the Grand Champion keeps his title and leaves victorious, while the crowd chants, Releth, the Hero of Lightning. Okay, you've now got a total of 1 win. You are now the Grand Champion. Let's have a look at your stats. 150, you're basically the equivalent of a knight. Let's have a look at your residence. The Grand Champion lives in a small townhouse on the outskirts of where the arena is located. It's small, humble accommodation that one can only hope is temporary. Titles? You've got no titles. And what's your backstory? I was a mercenary. Not the best, mind you, but lucky when it counted. Worked out for me enough times. Fair enough. Luck is a good thing to have. I could anoint you. I could even have you executed. We're not going to do that, right? All right. Hey, the Inkaholic. How you doing? I couldn't help but notice the top line of his hat was sliding back and forth as he played. I mean, I'm sure it would. Now, time to bet. Underground Half-Giant versus the King Killer Bandit Warlord. Half-Giant Berserker, though. I forget. Mutilated Underground Half-Giant Berserker. King Killer Bandit Warlord. What do you say, champ? I don't think this is good enough for us to bet on. I'm going to put a small bet down, but it's not going to be much. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, King Killer Bandit Warlord looks like they're probably going to win this unless the half giant remains. Yeah, I think the half giants are just they don't have a lot of health, but they're very, very nasty. Yep, we're gonna have to bear that in mind. King Killer Bandit Warlord walks away for a moment and holds his stomach, then lets out a fart. Many in the crowd laugh hysterically. Okay. Mutilated Underground half. You fight like someone who doesn't want to live much longer. Wow. Apparently that stirred them to action. Gets a very sharp strike. And okay. Nice. 23. Keep it up. You can do it. Oh. Okay, this is turning around. It's a head hit on the Mutilated Underground half-giant berserker. And then again. And again. Wow. Gets a loud strike. Okay, no, that turns it around. Well done. Well done indeed. Oh, it was not bad. Now let's bet on another one. Oh, this is absolutely going to be the Orkling. It's a pacifist bandit. We're going to go all in. 2861. Pacifist bandit almost goes for a swing, but stops himself. Closes his eyes and sighs. The terrestrial Orkling cracks pacifist bandit on the head. Bump. Now, normally that would not have been a good one to bet on because they're cursed, but it's a curse against someone who literally won't fight. It was a worthy fight. Alright, let's have a look. I think the Dastardly Ashfawn aren't actually that bad. But I don't recall, so I'm going to only put 260 onto it. Oh no, I bet quite badly there. Never mind. The money goes back into the pot, so I can always win it back. Underground half giant. Well, Ashfawn guard though, but let's go for this one. Let's put down 969. See how it goes. Okay, no, the Dastardly Ashfawn guard opened up strong. And again. Fight better and win. I agree. Please stop losing. Stop losing, I say. God damn it. I need this money. Our kingdom is doomed. Okay, 11 on the... Okay, this is actually really close. Like, in terms of the amount of hits they're getting, what I need is a sorcerer to lob a fireball at the Dastardly Ashfawn guard. Close. Okay. Oh, no. 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 Don't let it happen. No! Incredible hit on the half giant. God, that was full of back and forth, wasn't it? Looks like we're going to watch Blair... Wow, Blair Witch. That's an oldie. 969 lost to that. Okay, the Pygmy Cloud Demigod Guardian should easily win. 969. Going all in. I have great sadness in my heart. Wow, they do not have much health, even though they are so much higher in damage. Yikes. The Guardian was the weakest? Do you remember that? Are you sure about that? Maybe I'm just massively misremembering. I mean, it seems that way, but I thought the Pygmy Guardians were the stronger of the two. Let's have a quick look at that again. So the Sacred Cult were... Well, that's the Underground Half Giants, who are a bit stronger than regular. It was the second... Here we are. So there... You have a look at their troop line. Oh yeah, the Guardian was the weakest of their units. It was the Guardian Demigod... it was the Guardian and then the King at the top. Whereas if we look at the Divine Shadow Sea... Yeah. Yeah, that was their second tier. I couldn't remember. Like, I thought the Guardian was the mid-tier of the demigods, and I forgot the Carfling, but no, fair. Oh well. It's not the worst thing, though. It means that we don't have any more money, but it ironically isn't the worst thing. Right, higher units are the hireables. Take all of the slaves. And take some of the slave soldiers. Right. That hurt a bit, but... Right, chat. Which direction are we going in? The perils of gambling. Yeah, no, absolutely. Hopefully we won't make that mistake again, but... Red shirt said north this time, okay. Have a look. Discovery recently put out campfire. Black market. And another campfire. Alright, well let's have a look at the black market then. Black market is filled to the brim with people of all shapes and sizes. You notice bandits, traders, farmers, poor folk, mercenaries, workers, and everything in between, screaming in and out of the 6 districts. All this under the watchful eye of the local bandit army, and the command of the king of the black market, Jaxhad, the creator. There's a lot to do here. Visit the slums. You enter into the slums on the outskirts of the black market. Here all manner of desolate scum and an unfortunate waste of human life exist. There are currently 1,012 people here. I could hire some scum. You ask around to see if any of the local scum will join you. Word gets around and you find before you your potential hirelings. A total of 11 men available for 10 gold each. I can't. Visit Wizard's Tower. He approaches what is known as the Old Wizard's Tower. It is known that its early history, the newly established black market, fell under the rule of the Dark Twisted Wizard. It is said that none could leave, and all through the day and night the wizard would commit experiments on the locals. Eventually, a local bandit gathered a band of warriors and broke into the tower in the night. Most were slain, but they defeated the Dark Wizard soon after the black market fell into bandit rule. Slaver's Post. Approach the Slaver's Post, small walled place nestled amongst the slums houses. You are told there are currently 162 slaves for hire. Speak to the local slaver. Ask to speak to the local slaver who runs the post. The brutish man approaches. I'm Skug. What? Who are you? I already told you. I'm Skug. What do you get your slaves? We snatch up local folk found out at night. Most of these folk are starving and sick. They are slaves to their misfortune already. I just make my money putting them into work. I'm a really good guy. Yeah, that's what I tried to tell myself too. What do the locals think about you? That I'm a monster? He pauses for a moment, then walks out into the broad daylight of the slums and shouts, next person who calls me a monster, I'll eat your damned kids and use their rotten bones to kill you with. Right. Tell me about the slums. They should call it the scums. I feel at home here. How can you be a slaver? The world is too harsh for kindness. I cannot care for any other, as we all play the same game. Survival. I will survive. I don't care about anyone else. How do you come to rule this post? Last leader had an accident. Noted. He's my new fave, said the Thayan. Visit Shelob's Well. You approach Shelob's Well, a location known to house the beast known as Shelob. None have been able to answer his riddles, but it is said that those who do will earn themselves vast fortune. Oh, okay. You're waiting soon before you is a horror of a creature, the one known as Shelob. He screeches, you have called. So be it. I shall speak, and you shall answer, and if right, you'll have my cancer. don't really sell this very well, I'm going to be honest.
What race am I?
You look too big to be a goblin, but you don't look big enough to be an orc. Half orc, half goblin? Maybe.
Shelob returns to his well, declaring you very unworthy.
Oh. I go back to Shelob's well? You've already attempted the challenge recently, so you won't see. Oh, okay, so maybe I can do it again. Abandoned building. Nothing more than rubble and dust. Donate gold to the slums. You approach a group of people collecting gold for the slums. You currently have no gold. How much gold is needed to improve the slums? You currently have 0 gold collected and need a total of 25,000 gold to fully bring the slums out of depravity. Noted. Also, who dat? It's Vastastic. Thank you very much for the 21 months. Diolch yn fawr iawn. 21 at tier 2, no less. Thank you so much. Visit the bug hunter's hut. You visit a small shack nestled among the slum houses. You see a small sign that says bug hunter on the outside. You enter the hut and are met by a man who identifies himself as Nicholas, as he has a thick beard and is wearing a blindfold. Who are you? I am Nicholas, master bug hunter and resident of the black market. Who runs the black market? I don't really bother myself with the politics of the black market unless there are bugs in it. Tell me about the black market. Ah, the black market. Not as bug-ridden as it used to be, but there's always something new trying to fester here, not on my watch. Well, what do you do? I'm a bug hunter. I live here and I go out hunting bugs by night. I have been chronicled for my deeds many times by the kings of this land. Few bugs survive crossing my path. I don't know why I decided he had a lisp there. Tell me all about the Black Row. Black Row. I haven't been in a while, but it's bug-free, so you don't have to worry. Or about Guild Row. Guild Row. They say it's a nice place, but that school of history is infested with bugs. Slums? The slums, as dirty as they are. We have no bugs here, so I'm not going to complain. Why do you hate bugs? I don't hate them. I can live alongside them, but they are annoying. No one else seemed to be doing much, so I've taken it on myself to get rid of as many as I can. Everyone needs a hobby, I guess. The smoking hut. You visit a small hovel out to the side of its own. You see a straight line of smoke bellowing from the miniature tower tucked into the building. Enter the hut. All right, I can tell what this is going to be. You enter the hut and are met by a strange-looking man with red eyes. He smiles. There is a strange smell in the hut, and in the corner you notice a pile of prickly leaves being burned in the small pit. Who are you? I'm just a humble leaf burner. My name is Erkland. Who runs the black market? Wait, you have a leader? I thought this was a commune or something. Damn. Tell me about the black market. Black market is the best place. I was born here, and I'll die here. What do? I go out and collect prickly leaves. I sell big loads of them, and then hibernate with the rest for several weeks, enjoying the smoke and living as a king. Okay. Black Row. Black Row, not really gone there much. It's a sketchy place. What about Guild Row? Guild Row. It's cool to go there sometimes and listen to the educated people talk about stuff. I've even sneaked into some of the classes held in the History Guild. Did you know people existed before us? Crazy. Or about the slums. It's a bit smelly at times, but it's home, and truth be told, avoid the slaves and it's not as rough as a place as it seems. Fair enough, seemed like a stand-up fella. Speak to a random local. Only person in the slums that is worthy of not being in the slums is Nicholas the Bug Hunter. He has saved us many times. Okay. The slums aren't so bad if you're not an idiot. Unfortunately, most are.